Hello, hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm a thought with an opinion, and today's opinion is on that vegan teacher versus, I guess, kale haters, and the reasons why we kale haters should basically get over ourselves. If you like this type of video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Leave me all your recommendations, and I would happily oblige. Before we get into the kale and potatoes of our argument, please remember not to send anybody mentioned in this video any hateful, mean, rude, disrespectful comments. I don't condone that. There's no point in it. You're not going to change your mind. And as much as you want to live your best life, do what you want to do without being told. She wants the same. Give her the same. Just a full disclaimer for any newcomers. When I do these argument analyses, I only look at the contents of the video and I don't refer to any arguments outside of the video unless it is uniquely relevant, like something regarding hypocrisy. Other than that, I'm solely looking at the evidence presented and the arguments made within this very specific context.
For those of you who are just new, you probably think it's pretty funny that vegan teacher didn't used to like vegetables.
I personally enjoy in this video that the vegan teacher takes a position that she does not like kale or veggies or fruit that much, and she's not pretending in this video that no, it's the best thing in the world. I think she's pretty honest, and I will definitely give that to her with regards to transparency. I mean, it's not an argument, but the idea that you don't inherently have to enjoy things and that you are silly for just not liking kale, I think that is very transparent, commendable, and I agree with that. That should not be the reason to convince somebody to do things.
If I can be vegan, you can too. What you gotta do is think about the animals. Always think about the victims. And then it becomes easy because you don't think about yourself. You just think, okay, I don't want to hurt animals, so where do I go from here?
The problem with using a moral stance like we should care about the animals and not hurting the animals is that moral philosophy constantly falls flat when people try to assume that we all care about the same thing, or that we've all reached the same moral conclusions, or there's something like moral superiority, right? So let's take, for example, a very easy case, euthanasia, right? So some people think that it's better to put people out of their misery and it's morally better to do it like that. Or some people say that morally you cannot commit murder even if the person is in pain and begging to off themselves, right? So that's just an example of how two people both consider themselves morally superior to the other one reach different conclusions. So saying that morally means we should do something specific, or we should care about something specific, or we should have the same view on something is just not a good argument. It happens countless times that people morally want to be right or think that they're doing their absolute best in this world and therefore reach different conclusions.
So go back to your roots. Think about how you would like to be treated if you were the victim.
And to impose any kind of logic onto that is not rooted in any kind of facts or evidence.
Most of us are not getting enough veggies, and so this is a way to start getting used to it. Like I said, when I first tasted kale, I was like, oh my god, how can anybody eat this stuff? I realized over time, well, I gotta get used to it, and I actually did. And now, I honestly can say that I kind of like it.
Here she's presenting a circular argument, which interestingly enough sounds legit because she is basing it off of some kind of a fact that most of us would be inclined to believe. That is that most of us do not eat enough vegetables or get it into our day-to-day life, specifically in America where she is situated herself. However, she then follows it up by saying in order to eat more kale, you would have to eat more kale. Thus, 1 equals 1. Nothing new is proven here or demonstrated or argued. She's just reframing the conclusion that she already made from the get-go, which is in order to eat more kale, you need to eat more kale.
Water, and she just eats that simply. That cleans everything out, keeps her blood pressure low. She's got all of her blood pressure meds. You know, she's still 81, so of course she's aging like all of us are. I mean, I'm 56 now, maybe 57 in September, and you know, we're all getting a little bit older. We're getting more wrinkles. It's just normal. I mean, that's nothing to be ashamed of. Vegans get old like everybody else. but the chances of us having like heart attack are a lot less. The chances of us having colon cancer are a lot less. So do vegans die? Yeah, of course we do. Just like all animals die, even vegan animals die. Bella will die one day, and everybody will say, oh, she died because she's vegan. Well, no, we die of old age like anybody else.
Okay, so what the vegan teacher here is doing is called anecdotal evidence. She's not providing studies or references or sources for any of the claims that she's making. She's simply stating it that it is a fact. And adding on to this, she's using examples of people that she knows in life that have a multitude of other factors at play that we don't know. We're not privy to that knowledge. And also, even if we were privy to that knowledge, we don't know these people in real life. We don't know if, for example, they're also smokers or heavy alcohol abusers, or we have no source. We have no source that she's providing, plus the combination of anecdotal evidence. It's a very weak point at best. She's basically saying, trust me, believe me, you don't know me, but I think that I'm a valid source of all things true, so therefore I am right. So that is a very weak debate tactic, and I would not recommend it. Don't use anecdotal evidence. It'll never be more important than the stats. And again, for the stats being argued, no source provided. I'm not saying though that she's incorrect. I'm just saying that if I wanted to be convinced of something, this is not how you would be able to convince me of something.
Don't be silly about it. Don't just say, oh, I'm gonna be vegan, and then just only eat junk food. I mean, that's terrible. This is why so many vegans fail, because they're not thinking properly. Then they say, oh, I got sick from being vegan. Well, no, you didn't get sick from being vegan. You got sick from eating terrible foods. You have to eat healthy foods. So like I said, I rarely use any oil. I make exceptions like with kale. Yeah. And if guests are coming over, I usually add a bit of oil because I know they like it.
Wait. Vegan junk food is a thing? Does that mean that everything that is vegan is not necessarily healthy? In which case, I pose you this question. If there is an unhealthier vegan junk food option versus a healthier option that is meat, like chicken breast, would you rather have us eat something that is unhealthy, i.e. not that great for our health, right? And be vegan, because that is also better, even though it's not healthier? Or would you rather have us be very concerned with our own health and choose the meat alternative that is not in the junk food category? Which one is it, ma'am? Which one? Please clarify right here.
There's no excuse for animal abuse.
Now, if you're finding yourself in front of this screen in the year 2021 thinking to yourself, Miss Thought, what is your opinion? Then I'll answer truthfully. If I were to say absolutely anything on this matter, then I would be committing all the exact same thought pattern fallacies that the vegan teacher is portraying in this video. So that's not what I want. You won't be able to stick to anything if you don't truly believe it within your heart and your mind. So what I'm going to say is this: be morally consistent within yourself. If you believe that something is right or wrong, then commit to it fully and wholeheartedly. And with that, I will love and leave you. Peace.
Bye, sisters.